Wednesday, the 11th of January. Now, the problem of excess deaths around the world is still there, and I'm going to be looking at the example of Australia. And we'll also be looking at the fact that these excess deaths, at least in the UK, are occurring across the age ranges, from younger people, middle-aged people, older people, all are dying at a greater rate than you would expect compared to their peers. And I am not happy with the degree to which this is not being investigated around the world. So I'll be giving some tips on how health authorities could do this. And trust me, it's not difficult. These things have been known for a long time. It really is quite bemusing why we're not hearing more about this. Now, the example of Australia. Australian Bureau of Statistics, 2022, 144,650 deaths occurred by the 30th of September. And these were information that went up to the 30th of November. So basically, we're dealing with deaths up to the 30th of September in Australia, not the full year. But the point is, this is 19,986, 16% more than the historical average. And Australia correctly is taking the years before the pandemic to calculate this. So we are seeing 16% excess deaths in Australia. But of course, we would expect this. They've just got over the Omicron wave in Australia, so we would expect some more deaths. But for the same period, there was 8,160 deaths were due to COVID in the same period. So 8,000 of these deaths were due to COVID. So we've got nearly 20,000 deaths. 8,160 were due to COVID. That means that non-COVID deaths were 11,826. In other words, about 60%, just a tad under 60% of the excess deaths are not COVID related. So we see the majority of excess deaths in Australia are not COVID related.
All right.
Now,
you heard that? The majority of the death, it's not related to what people are saying it is. Okay, it's not really related to that. People are just dying. All right, they just die. That's what it is. Okay, those people are just dying. Give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. Those people are just dying. It has nothing to do with this. They just are dying. That's what it is. You know, they don't want to tell the people why, but they are dying.
New data from the UK here. This is the latest week here, which appears to be quite a bit low, but of course, this is over a Christmas period, so there's much less deaths being registered in that period. But if we look at that as a bit of a blow-up, of course, we know that this is the average here in black. The green is the excess deaths, the blue is the COVID-related deaths. So again, we see that there's quite a lot of green above the black line there, indicating the excess deaths are continuing in the United Kingdom as they were the week before. So just to put some numbers on that, this is the week ending the 30th of December 2022, so last week of the year. 9,517 deaths registered, 393 mentioned coronavirus. In private homes, there was 36.9% more deaths than usual. A lot more people dying at home.
Okay, a lot more people are dying at home. A lot more people, they don't know why. They just, well, they don't want to tell why, but a lot more dying at home, all right?
Than usual. Whether these were dying from a longer term illness or whether these were suddenly found dead at home, we're not told. We just know that these are excess deaths at home is what we know.
Okay, excess death at home, and they don't tell them how those people die. They just say there are more people, it's 39% more dying at home. They don't give the condition. They don't say what happened, heart attack, or was it suicide, and what was it? They don't say anything.
Hospitals, there was nearly 15% more deaths than average. Care homes, there was 20% more deaths than average than we would expect. Other settings, there was one excess deaths, and that gives 1,593 excess deaths for the week. As we know, less are being reported than we would normally experience. The week before, we've looked at this recently actually, but the week before, week 15, or just before we do that, it's 20%. It works out at 20.1% overall excess deaths for the Christmas week, the last week of the year. Now, the week before, ending the 23rd of December, all-cause deaths 14,530. COVID deaths accounted for 429. That's 3%. And the number of deaths above the 5-year average was 1,120 in private homes. Again, we see a lot of people dying at home. Again, we're not told whether it's acute deaths, whether they've just been found dead at home, whether they would expect it. They're not telling us that. It'd be good to know that. 18.8% more people dying in hospital, over 1,000 more people dying in hospital than we would expect.
Okay, they got over 1,000 more people dying in hospital. Those are the ones that they kind of like report. And when he told you, said they don't report them. They just unless you go look for it. It's not something they report, Bridget, okay? It's not something they report. It's just things he look at. He said, whoa, why they are not talking about this thing? They don't give any any reason. They just said there are more people dying at home, in the hospital, everywhere. But they don't say, okay, was it car accident? What's the cause of it? They just say they die. All right.
Their homes 10.5%. For other settings, it was 7%. That gives us a total of 2,492 excess deaths in the week. And of course, we need to, if we add that to this total for the last week of the year, which is probably going to go up in the first week of this year, of 2023, you can see these numbers are adding up. And now I was given some criticism for saying these deaths here, the week ending the 23rd, were over the Christmas period, but of course they weren't just before the Christmas period. So I don't think we're seeing a recording anomaly in the excess deaths in this week, whereas we are in this week. Well, the overall numbers are less, but of course these numbers are compared to previous years. Now, the other thing is that the excess deaths are in all age groups. Now, this is from the Office for Health Improvements and Disparities, and the data only goes up to the 18th of November, but it does show it's in all age groups. So let's look at some of these data here. Now, this first graphic here is 18 to 24-year-olds. Now, thankfully, the number here is less. This is 100, but it's still a lot more deaths than we'd like to see in young people. But again, we see that. This is the average here for the 5 years. We see that it is above average and has been really for some time. And if we blow that up, we can see that really quite clearly. This is what we would expect. So we see that deaths in the 0 to 24-year-old age range are higher. Frustrating again, it'd be very interesting to know what proportion of these were children and what proportion of these were over the age of 12, for example, or over the age of 5. But we're not told that, unfortunately. We do see the number is higher in the 0 to 24s. 25 to 49-year-olds, again, the number here, these are excess deaths here. These are less deaths than we would expect. So what we see here really quite clearly is over the last, since July 2020, we're seeing more deaths in younger people.
Okay, since July 2020, they are seeing more death in younger people. Because I've never heard of the term excess death. It is because now they're always expecting death. They're always expecting a number of death, especially in our community, because we are the most watched, the most studied, the most classified people. They are not seeing that. Okay, they are not seeing anything in us. Even the worst of the worst, even the 2/3 out there, they are not seeing an excess death in us. They are well aware of that, Bridget. They are well aware. The reason why the term excess death, it's more and more now, it's because it's happening to them. When it was happening to us, it was very quiet. Nobody talk about it. Everybody be very quiet. Let those people die in peace. But now what they are seeing, just like they get all those data, they see that there's an excessive, more than usual, a hell of a lot more. Anytime you heard the Gentiles say there's something that is really excessive, you better believe it is excessive, especially if that thing is upon them.
Than we would expect. There's an excess of deaths in younger people. 25 to 49s again we're seeing the excess numbers on that graphic. 25 to 49-year-olds, and we see it quite clearly there again. We can see more deaths than we would expect. 50 to 64, again, the numbers here, of course, are higher because more people in this age range are dying, as we would expect, but we're still seeing substantial numbers above the dotted line. The excess deaths are occurring in all age groups, as we see that blow up. This one's 50 to 64s, and again, I'm afraid we're seeing much higher deaths. Very, very occasionally, we're seeing lower deaths than we would expect, but nearly always we're seeing higher deaths than we would expect in the 50 to 64-year-old age group. This is the 65 to 74s, same pattern, very similar pattern. 65 to 74s again, seeing numbers above the dotted line as we see there in the older age group. 75 to 84, again, we're seeing more deaths than we would expect. 75 to 84, again, we see that in that graphic. We see it blown up. And this is the 85 pluses, and again, we're still seeing excess deaths. Okay, there were periods when there was less, but mostly there's higher deaths than we would expect, even in the older age group. So we're seeing that the excess deaths is not limited to any particular age group. Now, this needs to be investigated and explained because, as we've just seen, we're dealing with week 51, 2,492 people dying more than we would expect. Less because there was less deaths registered in the last week of the year. So how would we investigate this? Well, this is not rocket science. In fact, this is ABC of medical research, really. How do we investigate the cause of excess deaths? Well, in 1965, the English statistician Sir Austin Bradford Hill.
So he said it is very easy to investigate this. It is very easy to know the cause. However, the so-called scientists and doctors are not saying anything. All right, it's easy to tell. Okay, this is what killed people. You see, when somebody died or when there's a death anywhere in this world, there must be a cause. It is rarely there's no cause. Okay, there must be something that caused the death. All right, for instance, there's a car accident. All right, and then that person unfortunately is no more. Okay, they have to come and say, okay, that person was killed in a car accident. Okay, that person was killed in a tragic accident, or that person had a heart condition, that person had a certain medical, and then they put the cause. All those deaths, they don't put anything. They just say the person died. You know, they don't say any natural. Either it was like natural death or unnatural or blunt force or anything, because they don't want the people to be alarmed. You see, if they come out there, they tell the truth, they say those folks are dying, they have virtually no reason. There's nothing happened to them. They just find them and they are dead. For instance, they just find a person, they thought that person was asleep, and then that person is no more. They've been finding them ever since pre-2020. For those of you that been watching our videos for a while now, you may remember that they've been finding a bunch of people in the car. They die. At home, they die. Since we were bringing those reports, and then they stopped reporting them. They stopped reporting them. And the people tell them straight up, and they say, hey, those people are dying. Ever since 2019, they just die. There's no cause. There's nothing that they can say, okay, well, this thing is either killing those people or this thing is not killing those people. All they see, there's an excessive amount of them dropping dead, and our people, there's nothing happened to them. Okay, let me go ahead and go right here.
For example, inflammatory changes. that occur. We've done that several times. Sometimes it's possible to do experiments. You don't get mitotic regeneration of the damaged tissue. So sometimes the effects can be reversible. Other times, tragically, they are not. And when people find out, the health authorities find out what's causing the excess deaths and the factors that are causing the excess deaths, let's hope that not too many are caused by, or the pathology is not causing permanent damage in those of us that still remain. So there we are, World Health Authorities. Can I advocate the Bradford Hill criteria to you? It's a new idea. I don't expect you to be fully up to date. It only goes back to 1965, but it's just a suggestion. So unfortunately, there are still excess deaths in all age groups in many countries, and I am not satisfied with the explanations we're getting, and I'm not satisfied with the sheer deafening silence.
Okay, he's not satisfied with the explanation that they are giving him, and he damn well not satisfied with the deafening silence. You see, anything that you see 83 don't speak about, they keep very silent, you know it's affecting them. Just like you don't hear the church saying anything. You don't hear the so-called priesthood of Mahan come out there and say anything about the situation that's going on over there in California. Anytime you don't hear them saying anything about what's going on in the world, that means they're affected by it. If it's something that happened to us, oh, well, yes, the expert at, Harvard University and Yale know for a fact that the cause of the excess death in the Black community is due to the poverty, diabetes, high blood pressure. When you're not making that much money, you're under a lot of stress, and police are shooting you down. Those are contributed to the fight. Yeah. This thing would have been all over the place. You would have seen your own people making video attacking all people. Oh, Black people gotta do better. I mean, there's an excess death. There's an excess death. Black on black crime. Yo, you don't feel. Oh, which one of you, till this day, remember this phrase? Black on black crime. Black on black crime. The moment you turn on the TV, well, black on black crime is killing a black on black crime, it's all over. It's a black on black crime is all over. All of a sudden now, everybody's quiet. No one is saying anything. Everybody's cool. And this dude, he's not taking it, man. All right, listen.
Quite honest, I'm not satisfied with the explanations we're getting, and I'm not satisfied with the sheer deafening silence, to be quite honest, that we're getting from politicians and from our health authorities. The silence is not acceptable.
The silence is not acceptable.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, the silence is not acceptable. Why? Because this is a well-respected doctor, okay? He see where those things is happening and to whom, to who or to whom, whatever grammar you want to use, to whom this thing is happening. That don't be talking about us dying, man. Don't be talking about this here shit. Talk about the artificial babies we're going to make. Talk about that. How about that? Talk about like this football player that almost died on that field, or that fellow, or is missing. Talk about that, son. Don't be talking about how people are dropping dead over there. See, everybody's very silent. Everybody's saying, shut the hell up. Those people don't know our business here. When it's us, it's all over the news. Expert are brought all over the world, all around this planet, to give the expertise, to give the point of view, to give the opinion, to give what they think. And they all say one thing: poor, desperate, diabetes, high blood pressure, low education. It's not fact that the Black folks are worse than anybody. It's the fact that when you're living in this environment and then you live in a part of this area, you're not making that much money. There's a great amount of stress that is coming. Yes, diabetes. Their skin are not getting that much vitamin D, the stuff, and a bunch of things, and this and that and this and that. That's why suddenly they are no longer expert when it comes to themselves. When things are happening to them, everybody like, oh, well, what about this expert that you bought during the AIDS era? What about those experts? Where are they that you bought during the crack era? Where are all those experts? So suddenly now Harvard is run out of expert. They all retired now. Is that what that is? All of a sudden you don't hear anything about people. Our people don't make crack about. You don't see none of our people saying, "What the hell is going on in California right now? What the hell is going on with this weather? Why is it that the California being devastated? Right? If it's not a fire, it's a water. It's not water. It's wind. It's not wind. It's the earthquake. If it's not earthquake, it's something. All the four element, or none of our people making a big deal like, well, something is going on over there. If any say anything about this, they, oh well, Big Five have to know that they got up, man, they got CERN, and then they are destroying their own place over there and stuff. Is that what that is? Okay, then whatever, dog. So, brethren, let us go ahead and keep on praying, and so some of your fasting today from sun up to sundown, the mental health fast. Okay, let us pray, and then today I may not stay that long, but let us pray, beloved, and then we will go ahead and touch on this subject a little, and then we will give our explanation, because right now the mighty one shut down the mouth of every expert. He had opening the mouth of his people, which is us. We are the look at me, look at me, look at me. We are the expert now. Okay, we are the expert now. Okay, we are, and we will tell you why those things are happening. Heavenly Father, you that created the heaven, the earth, and everything in them, thank you. Thank you for all that you've been doing. Thank you for the past, the present, and definitely thank you for the future. We exalt your name above all forever. We say thank you. We had confessed our sins. Thank you for forgiving us. Thank you, Heavenly One, to give us life, to give us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Thank you for not giving us unto great shame and great reproach. Yes, the one that is in deafening silence, the one that don't say anything, those are the one that are given unto shame and reproach. The one that refuse that to talk, the one that used to talk all over, the one that always opened their big mouth, the proud, the very proud one, always open their big mouth. All of a sudden, right now, everybody's quiet. All of a sudden, right now, no one don't want to talk. That is because the Holy One closed and shut their mouth with the mighty glue. The Heavenly Father gave us the microphone now. We need to tell the world what's going on to them and how this thing is affecting them, not us. Glory goes on to you, Heavenly One. You that give us this chance. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. We did not deserve it. Yet, because of your great wisdom, you are given unto us this second, well, third or fourth chance. Now we have cleaned up our mess. We are following you. And now you're releasing more information onto us, and we say thank you. Thank you for protecting us. May you continue protecting the nation. May you continue or bringing more and more. Open the eyes of the children. Let them understand that this is not normal. This is not being done by men, nor by devils. This is being done by you because you are judging this earth. This is the last day. There is no way around it. Let them know that you are in control. You always were, still is, and always will be. Let them know there will be no raptures for the wicked. Yes, there will be a quote unquote a form of rapture for the righteous. And the righteous is not the church. The righteous are the children that you and your forefather and your ancestors had enslaved, beat, rape, rob, murder, lynch, and kill, shoot, kneel upon their neck, and accuse them, single them out of everything, misuse and abuse them. You will pay for all those things. Whether you form your own religion or you join unto us, you will pay. There is no get away with this, no way around this thing. You will pay. We say to the Heavenly One, thank you. May the mighty one continue moving upon this earth as he is moving now. May he not stop. May he continue bringing the enemy down and bringing us up. To the brothers and sisters, thank you for always leading your heart, uncovering your heart. Pray for us, pray for the nation, pray for the brothers. In the meantime, please pray for our beloved sister Delia Jackson. She is having a surgery today. Pray for our beloved that are all over the world. Our beloved brothers, the beloved brother Daniel that recently had the stroke. Still keep the brother in your prayer. Our sisters, thank you. By the beautiful and righteous power, the mighty one vested in me. And he can take it anytime he feel like. I leave all of you in peace. Go in peace, beloved. May the king reign forever. Selah, so be it. As today is Thursday, we will read Psalm 51 to repent from our sin and thank the Holy One. Have mercy upon me, Almighty One, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee only, have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth and the inward parts, and the hidden parts thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, Almighty One, and then renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then I will teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, Almighty One, thou God of my salvation. And my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall shew forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of the Holy One are broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Almighty One, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and a whole burnt offering. Then shall they offer bullocks upon thy altar. All right, thank you, beloved. The prayer is done. You may go. You may go. We're going to play the last 1 minute of Dr. John Campbell. For some reason, he's still alive. Don't know why, but anyway. Right.
For example, if there was damage to the myocardium because part of his blood supply had been cut off, and you take away whatever caused that, I'm afraid that heart damage is not going to regenerate, because brain cells and heart cells don't regenerate. You get scar tissue formation, but you don't get mitotic regeneration of the damaged tissue. So sometimes the effects can be reversible, other times, tragically, they are not. And when people find out, the health authorities find out what's causing the excess deaths and the factors that are causing the excess deaths, let's hope that not too many are caused by, or the pathology is not causing permanent damage in those of us that still remain. So there we are, World Health Authorities. Can I advocate the Bradford Hill criteria to you? It's a new idea. I don't expect you to be fully up to date. It only goes back to 1965, but it's just a suggestion. So unfortunately, there are still excess deaths in all age groups in many countries, and I am not satisfied with the explanations we're getting, and I'm not satisfied with the sheer deafening silence, to be quite honest, that we're getting from politicians and from our health authorities. The silence is not acceptable. But thank you for watching.
All right. So this gentleman here, Dr. John Campbell, all right, well-respected fellow. Okay, he's not satisfied with the deafening silence of the politician, the health, whatever, the health thing and stuff. Now, let me say something here. In 2020, so to speak, when this thing was ravaging those people and still is, they pull up a stunt, which is one of the reasons I keep telling our people. The moment you see somebody that look like you pop up in the media, start speaking against your people, or they start speaking for them, be very wary. Pull yourself from these people. They pull a stunt. Some of you may remember that, or some of you may not see it. There was a black nurse they put, and she was talking about how the elite, she was speaking. There was like a bunch of doctors behind her. Okay, they were speaking. Oh, how the elite take alien blood and lizards and stuff. How the elite are doing this and stuff. Or she was talking about how the Bill Gates or the so rich man and stuff. She was taking all the credit from the Holy One and put it on men and put their fear into our people. That was all it was. When they have a black person out there speaking of how great, how magnificent, how superpower the so-called the elite are, okay, it brings fear to our people, keep you in a low vibration. And a lot of our people were picking up like, oh man, I knew the elite were doing this. And you sit there, wait a minute. If the so-called elites are doing this, why they are dying from it themselves? More of those, it seems like every time I look, it's the beloved sister Lisa bought a video about the obituary, okay, of the obituary. She showed the faces. They went in one of our faces. This thing is no doubt taking them out, yet they have a black person out there put fear, garbage in our people, keep you in low vibration. All the lizard, the Illuminati, alien, all doing this. They said that, and then our people were shaking in their book. And to watch this woman standing there boldly speaking about this, and she has all those white folks behind her, all those respected doctor, no one knows, but they look respected anyway. She must have told the truth. Then we need to start fearing Bill Gates. There's a video out there. Bill Gates says he's gonna get rid of Africa, or he's gonna have to decimate it or reduce the population of Africa, Haiti, and stuff like that. But it's been 3 years. When we look at it, wait a minute, the population in Africa or whatever is doing fine. Haiti, the population is doing fine. If they are doing fine, that means our people over there are doing fine too. You see, the fear garbage is not working anymore. Our people debunk their lies. She started throwing 5G in the mist and stuff. Like we always say, whatever the hell happened to 5G? What happened now? Where is it? Where's that for? They're still trying to test this thing, right? It's been 3 years now. Is that what that is? Is that they still test the elite? The elite gonna test how we're gonna respond, big league. They're gonna test. So in 1492, when Christopher Columbus invaded the fourth world, our Holy Land, that was a test. In the 80s, when they dropped all those drugs in our hood, that was a test. In the 60s, when they were beating and unleashing dogs upon all people, those were tests. Since when the enemy need to test any weapon before it uses on us? I thought we were the test subject. In the early 40s and 50s, when they infected our people with tuberculosis, that was a test. When they infected our people with the HIV/AIDS, those were tests. They still not use it. They had to wait. Like, wait, we're gonna see the elite of testing. How we're gonna respond? So all of those were tests. They still like, oh wait, okay, it didn't work, so we won't use it. So 5G is a test. The first lockdown was a test. You see, you don't need a second lockdown. You still in lockdown. Those people, it's just I'm sitting there, I'm laughing at them like, oh, thank God we're not in lockdown anymore. You see, lockdown, you are not in, you were never in a lockdown. You were in a locked out. You've been locked out. You come up with the key, try to get in, you can't, because they changed the how do you call this thing again? See, I've been studying too much French. I'm coming up with French word for this, but they changed the keyhole, whatever the hell this mechanism name, for some odd reason it escaped me. Okay, you can't get in. You've been locked out. You can't get in. They changed you locked out. You're not on a lockdown. You are locked out. You can't ever get in. The holy locksmith came in and changed the lock pad, changed the door opener. You can't get in. The combination just changed. You type in your code, access denied. You are locked out. You can't come in and sleep in anymore. Oh man, thank God we're not in the lockdown anymore. No, lockdown. Lockdown. What is it? You need a new key to get in, and there's a new owner that have this. There's a new owner. You've been evicted, or you've been evicted, sir. You no longer. This is no longer your residence. This is not you. Everything changed. You are locked out. You are not locked down and stuff like that. Nah, man, you please, sir, vacate the property. The only thing, you become a vagrant now. You don't want to vacate the property, but the sheriff is coming to, your stuff is already out. So you can act like you're still living in there, try act like you're still enjoying the same privilege that when you were living in there and stuff. No, you're not. You're out. Why, beloved? Because of the fear they used to put in our people's mind that keep our people in the low vibration. Once we're getting in a higher vibration, once we're getting in a vibration that is somewhat higher than them, just a little, everything is falling apart. See, when you don't fear the so-called the elite, you don't fear the rich, you don't fear the 1% or the establishment. You have no fear for them. Therefore, the fear of the stars, the fear of nature, the fear of studying other books are going to get away from you. You're going to study. And then you're going to start seeing yourself in the books. You're going to start literally seeing yourself in the sky. I'm assuming, every single person that are here see themselves in the sky. Every single person here know where they at right now in the sky. They know what they're ranking. They know what their color is in the sky. They know what their metal is. They know what their day is in the week. They know what their house is in the month. They start knowing themselves. We start knowing the stars. Remember, a planet is a stars. Don't study the stars literally mean don't study yourself. Don't look at the star. Don't look at yourself. Don't look at your background. Don't look at what with you. What kind of spirit that with me? What is working with me? Don't look at the zodiac. Don't look at your house. Don't look at what's in there. Well, what kind of thing there's in there? Once you have those fear, you will never be able to move on. You will always have something out there to fear. See, I know where I'm at in the heaven. Right now, I am in the house of Capricorn. 9 days from now, I will move to the house of Pisces. I know where I'm at. I watch my sign daily. A portion of myself give light daily. I know that in a few days, today's the deck, and three more days, that would be my day. I know myself. Therefore, I know the star, I know the heaven. I follow the movement. I know times that I need to go out and experiment, and I know time I better keep my butt inside of the house. This is not for me. Everybody here at least know every week what days belonging to them, what's where they live at, what color, what this and that. They start knowing this. And then you will feel no men. You'll feel no elite. You'll feel no scum. You'll feel nobody. Once you start knowing you knowing the stars, then therefore you're getting closer and closer to the Holy One. When you know for a fact the so-called elite can't go to any of those stars, especially Madim. I don't know what it is, but those guys love Mad. They just skip over Levana straight to Madim. They can't even go to Kokav, but it's straight to Madim. Oh well, Madim has like the perfect the temperature or whatever and stuff like that. Or Venus or well, no guy in Kokav are too close to Shemesh. Those are science garbage. There's no such things. It's just those. There's no such things. There's no such things as like, oh, they are too hot. They are boiling stuff. Get out of here. All the temperatures are the same. It's just the vibration or not. The only thing is vibration. That's all. Vibration control the universe. If you cannot vibrate to the same vibration of this planet, it will kill you. See, once you get this quote unquote fear out of you, you're good. You have nothing to worry about. Now, concerning California, some of you may heard and some of you may not heard. There is a massive amount of water, rain in California. It rained in California that the weathermen said they could use this rain to cover California 15 times over. This is how bad it is. Yet, you don't hear social media make a big deal about that. You don't see the so-called Black channel, Hebrew channel, the camps out there saying, yeah, the Mosai is in the midst. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's grand. You know, we are out of here. Nobody's saying anything. All those people that are being no more, all those actresses, all those people that always attacked us, they are no more. A bunch of clown and buffoon jesters that used to attack us, they are that nobody's saying anything. Everybody quiet. No one say, wait a minute, man, this thing is not normal over there, man. Something must have causing that, and the only cause is the Holy One. You've been seeing this, brethren, from last year. The hurricane that hit Florida hit a very specific community, and the community that it hit was very, very, very rich. Thank you, beloved brother John. Sword of the Spirit, indeed. And you see California is pretty much the same. We got people that stay in the hood. They're like, yo, the hood is fine, man. Yeah, we got some rain, but the hood is fine, son. But when you look at other people, the house are destroyed. Those are hurricanes, okay, brethren? Those are giant hurricanes. They keep giving them, oh, storm. Like, oh, that was a bad storm. Oh, that was a bad storm. Those are hurricanes. See, the one that have all the money, they are suffering really, really bad out there. Yes, the beachfront properties are being destroyed. Our people don't live on those beachfront property. Yes, they'll find a Negro there that was just walking around, or just some Negro that they sent over there to help as a worker, and they say, "Sir, how does it feel that this thing is happening to you right now?" Well, I don't live here. I'm from out of state. They just sent me here to work. Well, yes, but how do you feel? Do you have anything to say about this? Oh, well, I'll say that thoughts and prayer. And then what else? Do you feel anything heavy on your heart? Like, do you feel any guilt? Or any guilt for what? Well, if she's happening, then it gotta be our fault. Always trying to bring all people in there and say something dumb. Not only the weather, brethren. Let me play a little something. This is gonna be a little bit bad, uh but I'll play.
We begin tonight with breaking news in Waller County. A 21-year-old woman found dead inside a home. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Daniela Guzman. An investigation happening right now on Oak Hollow Boulevard near Oak Hills Court. Let's get right to Bryce Newberry joining us live right now. And Bryce, you just got an update from the Waller County Sheriff.
Keith and Daniela, I did just get off the phone with the Waller County Sheriff, who tonight describes this as a very gruesome scene. Investigators are still out here working behind us, but tonight a man is in custody accused of killing his 21-year-old wife. The sheriff...
We are learning more about the suspect just identified in a gruesome murder. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner has been following the story throughout the morning for us. She joined us live from Waller County with the very latest in this case. Rochelle?
Lisa, good morning. As you mentioned, the sheriff, he just identified the suspect as 21-year-old Jared Dykes. Now, Dykes is still in the Waller County Jail facing murder charges. The sheriff revealed that Dykes was at the Tomball Regional Hospital on Sunday, but he couldn't say why. Right now, there's still a lot of questions as to what happened and why something like this could have happened here in Waller County. Now, I want to show you some video from this morning. Now, Dykes is accused of killing his wife, who is also 21 years old. The couple recently got married. At around 5 p.m. yesterday, deputies were called to the family's home on Oak Hollow Boulevard near Oak Hills Court in Magnolia, where they found the woman who was decapitated. Investigators spent several hours collecting evidence and trying to determine a motive. The couple was staying in court in Magnolia.
Yeah, I just watched this. I'm going to pause this.
Recently got married. At around 5 p.m. yesterday, deputies were called to the family's home on Oak Hollow Boulevard near Oak Hills Court in Magnolia, where they found the woman who was decapitated. Investigators spent...
I'm just keep leaving this right here for those of you that have eyes that can see. For those of you that have eyes that can see, spiritual eyes. And then people think we are making those things up. Okay, I'm just putting this closer to you here so you can see what that says. Okay, so this is no joke, son. This is no joke. All right, yeah. And anybody that know that, like, spiritually you've been praying and study, you should know this. That's what that is. That's what that is. We're not making those things up. And how old were both of them, beloved? How old were the husband and how old was the young woman? How old were them?
We are learning more about the suspect just identified in a gruesome murder. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner has been following the story throughout the morning for us. She joined us live from Waller County with the very latest in this case. Rochelle?
Lisa, good morning. As you mentioned, the sheriff, he just identified the suspect as 21-year-old Jared Dykes. Now, Dykes is still in the Waller County Jail facing murder charges. The sheriff revealed that Dykes was at the Tomball Regional Hospital on Sunday, but he couldn't say why. Right now, there's still a lot of questions as to what happened and why something like this could have happened here in Waller County. Now, I want to show you some video from this morning. Now, Dykes is accused of killing his wife, who is also 21 years old. The couple recently got married at around 5 p.m.
Both of them 21. We do know what 21 represented for the so-called Gentiles. Both of them representation of the backward 12. 12 times 12, 144. What do we see in the tag? 144. What does that tell us? That tell us the angels are here and they're putting work down. They are putting this work down. We're not making this up, man. We're not just sitting here and then saying like, oh, those things are happening because we trying to force things. Those are things, both of them, 21. And if you go any further in their names, in their places, and the day of their marriage, you pull up the background, you'll be amazed. You know, we slow down a little bit of those things because we got much more study. They might even sending more information, and I can't do both at the same time. I can't make Esau's trouble, and I can't do this. Plus, this Mac is keep rejecting everything, you know. Yeah, decapitating somebody, removing somebody's head, Brajindi. This is tough right there, man. Both of them 21, man. You're 21 years old, you just married, you're supposed to be happy with your wife. Your wife's supposed to be happy with the husband. No, that's not what happened. Cursed be their husbands and cursed be their wives. Think all prayers are not working. All prayers are working, man. Young people. They recently married. The husband killed the wife. Children, you know, when you look at it, those are kids. You guys are kids, you know, children. They get married, something happened, the husband killed the wife. And if you watch the video, read the comments, Bertie. Yeah, we will bring the Esau's Trouble video. I'm having issue with certain things, but we will bring them. We'll have way more than that. We'll bring them. Yes. There's a lot in the news, Bridget. A lot. I tried Esau's Trouble video. I was making it, and then I got 10 minutes in. It keep cutting off. Every time I'm making it cutting off. The Mighty One said it's not, you haven't given me the green light yet. I got it, and let me see if I can. Oh. That's that old PC. This thing got me through a lot. I was recording in it. Okay. All right. Let's see if this will play. It's just the main reason is this thing. It keep kicking things out. Whatever I'm doing, it kicking it. You know, I know what the Most High want me to do, you know. And when I go back to my old stuff, and then it's just it was doing it, and then it stopped recording it. And I did it again, then it stopped recording. I did it the third time, it stopped recording. Then I'm like, okay, all right. That's, you know, he doesn't want me to get to this. I gotta finish. There's one work we have to do. Once we finish, okay, once we finish this work, certain books, once we finish them, and then we'll be back and then get stuff. It's the more things are coming and stuff like that, you know, and things, you know. No, I can't. I'm not gonna get another MacBook, man. I need another PC, a new one, not a MacBook. Mac keyboard, nothing is compatible with Mac, man. It's just the little simple things to record a video. It required a mammoth task to download this. Make sure you connected that with that, and once you're done with those things, and then revert everything back. Not with PC. PC is just plug and play. That's it. Yeah, plug and play. There you go. You see, it's slow, but you get the job done. That thing is slow as hell. So that's one slow ass computer. Yeah, the Mac is just like, if you only get them, the Mac is only good for me when I'm making videos, like other project I'm working on. It's good, but like to even stream this thing on the stuff, it even reject the mic. You cannot hear the mic. Everything is rejected. I had to unplug everything. This is brand new. I had to unplug everything. It rejected everything. Those are the brand new Mac. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna have to buy everything Mac. Everything you have to buy it from the manufacturer for everything to connect. Because those brand new Mac, they're not upgradable. You cannot upgrade that. At least that's what I'm found. Okay, everything it rejected everything. The old Mac, yes, I had an old Mac. See, this thing is still powering up, but this new one, you can't do anything with it. You know, I'm eyeing a new PC. Once I get this new PC, I'll just go ahead and do this. I'm gonna see if I can play those 10 minutes that I was recording this thing. If I have the video on, I think I deleted it. You know, every time I tried, it go back. No third parties. Apple don't like no third parties. They don't like no third parties. You have to always buying their stuff. You know, the iPhone used to, you know, they used to have like the Android, they used to have the jack. Okay, they removed the jack. iPhone doesn't have jack anymore. So you have to buy a jack adapter. You have to get something like this. You have to get a jack adapter, okay, to put it in your iPhone, which is ridiculous. You don't need that, but you have to buy it. That's why I couldn't take no phone call on the iPhone because I have to buy a jack adapter. This is brand new, yet the Mac rejected it. It rejected it. So, you know, it's just, you know. Yeah, Mac is very good when it comes to the quality of the work, movies. I make a few outside project, and I'm loving this thing. But when it comes to simple things like going to YouTube, going live, or record a video, it won't doing it. It won't doing it. It just won't. You know, it just won't doing it. You know, it just every time I try to, they say, okay, well. This need permission. Yes, give it permission. Oh, well, it's not compatible. Okay, well, what is compatible? The only thing that is compatible, so to speak, to make a video, to record your screen on this thing, costs over like $400. And PC is like $40. I use what software did I use again? But it's only cost me $40, one-time payment. You know, but with Mac is subscription. Every month you have to pay $50. Why would I want to do this? I only bought this thing for $40 and PC is good to go. But you know, with this you gotta pay like $40 a month. You know, it's not designed for this type of work. Other work it's like the best thing, but for that it can't. It just keep rejecting them. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a Lenovo, so to speak. Any regular PC, because the PC plug and play, or pretty much everything PC is just third party, and most of the thing out there are third party. Okay, all right then. Let me see. All right, this thing is slow. This computer is 6 years old, so 7 years old. There's so much crap in this thing, and let me see. Oh boy. There we go. Let me see if I can. Wait, I have this thing here. Why am I using that? Oops. Okay. All right. I think I deleted it. Yeah, that thing was pissing me off. I think I deleted it. Did I? I think I did. It's not in there. But anyway, so there are like three videos I was trying to do, but I can't it just don't want to record. Every time it's recording, it's rejected. And it was about that last fellow. Okay, well, the true fellow that was over there in the Vatican. I find more information that I was bringing concerning that fellow, and then it just disconnected. So whatever I do, it won't be connected back, and the file got co-opted. So I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what that is, and then I just decided, okay, I know what to do. But yesterday I was trying to um, last night I was trying to come to study the book, and then unusual things happen, schedule conflict. I'm like, oh man, I won't have time to make it, and I make it very, very late. I'm so sorry. But tonight, most definitely, tonight we will do the best that we can do to get this thing going. So tonight we will see if we can study part 4. Let me see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes. Huh. Yes. Once we've done, beloved, once we've done, I will send a message out there and let the people know when we are ready to begin this thing. But it's just now it's crazy. It's crazy, man. No, my computer, they have control of everything that I have. They have control of everything. It's not something I really bothered or am I really afraid of. I know those people been watching. They've been doing everything in my computer, my phone. Since they not only that, even my phone numbers, I'm having a bunch of other people foreign texting me, sending things to me. I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware. They've been watching me for a while. They've been like, spying and make sure like, hey, what's going on, man? What you're doing? We need to know everything. Okay, you can hear you can hear the computer. Let me see. Yeah, they are. Like I tell everyone, they are watching, they are spying. You even witness it yourself. When I'm doing studying, you hear that Siri thing in there even though you don't call her, she keep asking, hey, what do you want and what can I do? Always spying. Because that's what they do. Because that's what they do. Huh. Yes, Syria been spying, man. No matter what you do, they spy. But you know why I don't really care about that, beloved? It is because like if you do not have the Holy Spirit, you will not understand it. You will not whatever that you do, you won't be able to unless we explain it to you. You won't be able to see it. Many people watch the news, they can see anything. Many have dreams, they can see anything. They can see it unless we tell them. They can. That's why I don't kill myself and stuff like that. You know, I don't do anything, but it's just this. But there we go. Mm, I think it's this one. That's why I don't kill myself. Like, oh man, they are watching me and stuff. Oh man, the Illuminati and stuff like that. I'm well aware. I think that's the video. Fair use. Let me see if I can. Oops. The use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. You can't see it. Is it? Let's see if I can. Let me see. What? It's buffering. Yeah, they are messing with this. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
In many respects, Benedict XVI was the Pope who got a bad rap. Nearly 24 years as Pope John Paul II's doctrinal enforcer and a German childhood lived in the shadows of Hitler's Nazi regime, he was often unflatteringly referred to as God's Rottweiler or the Panzer Cardinal. Years of negative publicity caused many of his accomplishments to go unnoticed. He was the first pope to go green, making the Vatican the first country in the world with a zero-carbon footprint.
All of this
solar
garbage.
panels on its rooftops, and bringing in electric vehicles, including a hybrid Pope-mobile. He was cardinal and pope during the years when the Catholic Church's
Give me a
sex
one if you can see it
life
well and hear it well,
spearheaded
brethren. I don't know. I can see.
toward a zero-tolerance policy. It was too little too late for some, but it was Cardinal Ratzinger who organized the Vatican's response to the scandal, including creation of a special office at the Vatican to handle cases, extending and in some cases eliminating the statute of limitations for victims, and as Pope, publicly apologizing.
I am deeply sorry for the pain and suffering the victims have endured, and I assure them that as their pastor, I too share in their suffering.
Great glory, great praise. All praise to the Most High. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Levana, January the 2nd, 2023. That was January 2nd. It was 10 days ago. 2:28 a.m. pre-recorded, brethren. Once again, we are back doing Esau's Trouble video. We were under the Mighty One orders to stand down and study, and we have studied a lot. So now we are back making some of the video. Time sometime you'll see much more stuff are coming. We're taking breaks. Now, beloved, before we move into these videos, we would like to give the Mighty One great glory for what happened here. All right. Now, a lot of people may not understand this event that happened. Because you're here with us, we will tell you exactly what's going on here, according to what the Spirit been putting in our mind. You see, the so-called Gentiles, especially 83, all of them, Psalm 83, they are very crafty. This guy right here, his name is Benedict, okay? So he recently died. Okay, this is well, at least that's what they told us. And this is a day ago. Okay, 114,000 views. This is on CNN, man.
CNN.
Okay, they got 14,460,000 subscribers. Okay, they only got like 114,000 views because people are distracted with the whole Ye is missing. What else? What's going on? The 3,000 or 30,000 baby a year factory making baby doll.
Yes.
All this nonsense going around. They are distracted when the second head of the eagle falling.
Yep. They didn't see it.
This
They didn't see it. Everybody was distracted, so they didn't see that. And this thing was on CNN, brethren. Okay, this thing was supposed to get millions of views, yet get like 114 in 2 days. Okay, people didn't pay attention to this. All right,
fellow Pope Benedict the 16th is no more at 95. Let us go into debt. We already, for those of you that may not know what's going on, if you haven't get onto us for a while, we had already discussed. We had already discussed the whole. There we go. The whole process. Okay, we had. Let me show you. You can go ahead and watch this video. The 31st, we had released this video. Hebrew prayer, Nathalon, your blessing is
you see how the audio is cutting?
All praise, glory. Okay. So, Hebrew prayer, Nathalon, December 31st, 2022. Your blessing is over, Benedict. Okay, we details everything in there. Some people may not have time to watch it in the day, so now we will go and somewhat and explain what's going on here. Now, let's take the first clue. It's been a while. Pope Benedict the 16th. All right.
According to Wikipedia, Pope Benedict XVI was the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City-State from the 19th of April 2005 until his resignation on the 28th of February 2013.
All right, you might want to excuse me because the softwares, the equipment's always fighting. But anyway, let's look at this guy. All right. Because we were going to use Wikipedia. All right, so his name is Joseph Aloysius Ratzinger or Ritzzinger. He's German, so to speak. He was born in Germany. All right, he was born April 16th, 1927. Now, let us see who this guy was. Okay, of course. What day was April 16th, 1920?
April 6th, 2022 fell on a Wednesday.
Okay. What day was April 16th, 1927?
April 16th, 1927 fell on a Saturday.
Okay, this guy was known as a Shabbatite, a Saturnian. Okay, he was born on a Saturday. He was influenced under the planet Saturn, aka Shabbatite. We know for a fact Shabbatite is the house of the Black George.
Okay, the Black George taking no prisoners.
He was announced to be no more in December 31st, 2022. Now, if we go to December 31st, what is the zodiac sign for December 31st?
According to popular Vedic science, were you born on December 31st? If so, then according to Western astrology, your zodiac sign is Capricorn, the sign of the Makara, or sea monster. This means that when you were born, the sun was in the stars that make up the constellation known as Capricorn.
Okay, that's wrong. The whole sea monster, that's not what that is, okay? So now, December 31st is Capricorn, all right? The house of Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, okay? Who ruled the house of Capricorn? I should have put this thing. There you go. Okay.
The 10th house, okay? We know Capricorn is the 10th house, okay? Of course, we know number 10 is Michael in the mist, all right? Of course, it's symbolic. The number 10, the number 5 for us over here is symbolic that Michael's, and it's nothing we've been recording right now, is it? If that thing is not recorded, yo, you won't believe what I'm gonna do right there. If this thing isn't recorded, I'm just gonna go out there. No, so okay, it's recorded now. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, okay? Additionally, the 10th house is ruled by Saturn. Then is symbolically, spiritually known over here as Michael in the mist. The planet of structure, a ruling planet which is shared with a sea goat, okay? That's not what that is. Okay, well, we'll take the word or phrase sea goat, but Capricorn is the house of the Black George, aka Cain's little brother. All right, Cain brother. Okay, we cannot say, we advise people not to say his name without need. You only say Cain little brother name when you're entering his domain, when you go into the cemetery, when you are going to put some flour on the grave of your loved ones, pour some liquor oblation. Before you get into the cemetery, you ask Cain's little brother by his name. You call him by his name because he was the first victim. He was the only guy that did not get any justice. He was murdered. So therefore, he become the judge of, Capricorn. All right, he reside in Capricorn. So Capricorn is okay. It stopped. It stopped. It just stopped recording, and I was keeping going. And then when I checked, is that thing recording? It wasn't. It wasn't recording. So that's what happened. And sometimes I spend hours. I'm talking, I'm laughing, I'm recording, and then it's not recording. And then when I realize, I'm like, whoa, that thing stopped. When I stopped recording at 3 minutes ago, I spent 2 hours. It didn't record. It's a bummer, but it did record, They are well aware. When I'm doing things like this, they are well aware and messing with my computer. They are messing with things, and things like that. But, that won't stop the message, Yeah, I had some stuff in there, man. Some pretty good stuff, man. Yeah, Cardinal George. Yeah, we spoke about that fellow, let me see. Oh, the Cardinal George P. I didn't know that. He did that on January 10th. Vatican confirmed. I know Constantine, the last pope, the last king of Greece died. So yeah, I'll check on that. So yeah, it's done. So that's one multiple time, brethren. Every time I'm trying to make a East Coast Trouble video, and then it happened. Because there's one thing. Once we're done with that thing, and then I will tell the nation, hey, we're done now. We're ready to do this, and then do stuff, And I'm gonna go ahead and look for. I'm looking for. I was gonna get a new PC. I was gonna get a all-in-one desktop, but I'm gonna try to get another laptop because it's better for me that way. I'm gonna try to get another PC, and then if anybody wanna help, I'll let you know. But we have to finish what the Mighty One gave me first. I have to finish that. Once I finish it, and I let the nation know. But it's gonna take us. Once we finish the work, we are working on something. If it's not done, the Mighty One won't let me move on. That's something. It's two things. It's for the public and it's personal. It's personal. So you see how it is, man. Yeah, this is how it is. I was recording this thing, and then boom, it's just like I'm 2 hours in. I'm like, okay, I'm almost done. Let me double check if that thing is recording. And then when I check, it wasn't recorded. When I checked the video back, it stopped recording at 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I was getting into some good heavy stuff. It stopped. And then I realized, okay, so that's what they are doing, Okay, well, whatever, man. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you have to do what the Most High tells you. Once I do that, and then once we finish with this, because there's a last thing, he want me to bring out. Once I bring it out, and then the people will Virgin, and then I will go ahead, because this thing require it require attention, you know, require attention. Beloved, I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love, and if there is time, later on we will come in and we will get onto the quote unquote, we will get onto the study of the book, the Black Poulet, aka La Poule Noire. We will study it in French because the original version was French. All right, it got translated into English, but the original version is French. And not too many people know this book, and the reason why the reason why they make this book, they talk about bad hosts, like there's demon in this book and stuff. You're going to read this book, you're going to finish read it. There's no such thing as demon in there. There's nothing related to blood sacrifice or anything in there. It's just a book that talk about history. Okay, I beloved, I say fast, repeat. May the King reign forever. Study to show thyself approved. Whatever that you sow, that's what you reap. Whatever a man soweth, you will reap it. Okay. All right, beloved. I'm receiving much more pentacle every day. They are coming. Thank you for all of you that send them. Keep on sending them. Keep in mind, March 12th is your last day, and that's it. All right. We will tell you to take the next step once we move through the next step. Okay. Shalom, beloved.